As the consultations on constitutional reform continued, those participating came prepared with their suggestions and concerns. But the turnout was not as expected, according to Chairman of the National Advisory Committee on Constitutional Reform, Brarendra Sinanan.
Both in Sangre Grande and Point Forte, at this point in time, we had a bigger audience. So this has struck me that the sparsity of the audience. Nevertheless, I know we have quality in the audience that is present this evening.
Independent Senator Paul Richards said digital and social media protections must be factored into the Constitution.
We have laws that relate to the media practice in Trinidad and Tobago, whereas at midnight on the eve of an election, one cannot continue advertising in the press and on electronic media. But campaigning continues on digital platforms, and our Constitution has not addressed that. That's dangerous.
He said term limits should also be considered.
Fixed election dates, which I'm a proponent of. I'm a strong supporter of that. The constitutional responsibility of elected members of Parliament and selected members of Parliament, but also more so elected members of Parliament, because they're elected by persons who they campaign for, and whether or not they're living up to their expectations in the context of some people having extremely heavy cabinet responsibilities. There's been a conversation about whether that is the appropriate arrangement.
Activist Rudolph Hanamji made the point that a concerted effort should be made for the vulnerable and the at-risk to have a say in the public meetings.
Because a person who is blind needs to be facilitated in a different way than somebody who has autism or Down syndrome. And even senior citizens have to be facilitated differently. So you need to recalibrate and reset the expectations of what this commission is really about so that you don't disappoint us as the citizens. You must make space as elites in society and speak out more.
The public meetings continue on Monday, April 8th in Mayaro, Rio Claro. Mahalia Joseph-Wharton, TTT News.